Hey guys, today's a bit of a nighttime video. I've spent a few hours talking to some good people in ecom just from my network, and it really helps actually because I've been talking to a guy. He's been for a good amount of time in ecom and actually have not achieved much of a success, but that's and funny enough, he's very much in the same ambition and the same mindset as me, and he definitely regrets a lot about all of that. And he said he hasn't put enough effort, and now he's enraged basically from all of that. But that's a good lesson for him, and even a better lesson for me. It's really good to learn from not only people who are super successful, but I also believe from those who are on the same path as you are and just haven't achieved yet what you want to achieve and that person wants to achieve. Because success is not only about achieving the results, success is also about avoiding failure or minimizing failure. And you're gonna fail anyway, it's just how much that's what it is. And it's always good to know more about what exactly people fail at and how to not fail, even if you learn that from people who are still failing, just making sure they have the same goals and the same ambition as you are, because they're still ahead of you. That could be you failing, but they failed instead of you, so they learned. In any case, today I want to talk about speed. Speed is such an important topic when it comes to business, and a lot of people talk about that. In the same time, by far not many people understand what speed is about. And I've kind of I realized how important speed is just from the beginning of being a business. I started some my own project when I was 17, 18 years old, which is pretty late. I consider it pretty late now, seeing many people doing it earlier. But at the same time, my mindset was shifting so much in terms of the perception of the speed. I think everyone, and including myself, I've been thinking okay, if I spend a few hours a day working on that, I'm gonna get great results. And obviously I had no one around me to tell me that this is not enough, this is something very little. And it's been hard for me because I haven't really done much before, and business is hard. There's a lot of mental effort. You do a lot of things by yourself, responsibility, etc. And that's been my standard, and that would be my standard up to now, unless I either find someone who tell me the real standard, or just feel so miserable over time that I have not achieved anything, and that misery would make me realize that something's off, and it's probably the amount of effort I put in, because that's the only thing that really controls success and controls results. So that's what people, I think, misunderstand. And the more I personally was growing, the more I was realizing how important it is to move faster and to put strict, almost unreasonable, or not necessarily unreasonable, more unrealistic timelines for yourself. And that's how you're supposed to do it in the teams too. Just because if you don't have timelines, if you don't have something that's burning your ass and pushing you forward, you're obviously not going to be pushed forward. There is a big chance that, and a good amount of people in the world that don't achieve anything because they just don't move fast enough. The world is moving at that pace, and they're moving either right next to it, so they stagnate, or under it. So the world is overtaking them. All the opportunities, all the AI tools, all the new ways of making money, all that, and they're still here. And that's what the reason speed is important, because that's not about only you being fast and moving faster than others. It's also about you moving faster than the world. It's you being the first one, you being in innovation, you being the one who is always on the top of the game, no matter what. That's why being complacent with the results at any point of business is very dangerous, because you will get outgrown by many other people who move faster and who just keep up with the trends of the world, and you just miss out on that. That's what speed is about. And it's crazy that even now at this point, when I've been thinking like, okay, this is like my maximum capacity, my maximum input I can provide for my work and for the attention I'm putting here. This is actually not enough. Finding out this is not enough. There are always ways to be better. There are always ways to be more focused. There are always ways to be more efficient. You're gonna be cutting off more things from your life, but you will, if you really want to do that, you will understand the reason for that. Because if you are hungry enough, you will eat. The hungriest man eats. If you are not hungry enough, you're not gonna even think about being better and moving more efficiently, because you just don't really want that. Like, people who are that successful, you know the reason they're successful? Because they really want that. That's the reason. That's the reason. If you want to eat, if you're genuinely like hungry, you're starving, you want to eat, you're either gonna eat yourself, gonna eat like steal food, or you're gonna die. That's it. That's what hunger is really about, and that's what speed is really about as well. Because that's what I meant by putting like timelines and putting deadlines for yourself. It just makes you go. That's it. And at the same time, if you just move at the faster speed, you will never get depressed. That's another thing I learned. There's always work to do, and I've been actually, now as I always know what I'm gonna do, I feel pretty shit when I'm, for a moment, when I'm like, oh, there's nothing much to do. Like, what's next? Like, I haven't thought about that. Like, I've done so much. I hate this feeling, because that brings me like anxiety, or like, what am I gonna do? No, there's always work to do. Find the work to do. It's not hard, as long as it's aligned with what your goals are. That's what I've been telling myself as well. But it should get uncomfortable to not work. I think that's the level we should be aiming for. And there should be balance. I've talked to my girlfriend recently, and she told me a few really good things about, I'm gonna say work-life balance, but it's not really about work-life balance, because I don't believe in work-life balance. I believe in more of a, like, life and work is kind of the same thing to me personally, because I enjoy work, I enjoy life. It contributes to each other. I don't have to balance between those. But it's more about finding a flow, finding stuff which sources you with energy. And I really look up to my girlfriend. She does that really well, and that's something I am personally probably missing out sometimes on, and kind of my productivity flops sometimes it drops because of that, because I kind of neglect the point of energy and point of personal interest, engagement, and in general, like you will. That's also an important thing to have. This is a part of efficiency. This is part of efficiency. Being efficient doesn't mean working more. It means being more efficient. Being more efficient means completing more, and maybe in a shorter period of time. And sometimes you have to spend less time on something to be able to complete more, funny enough. This is why it's important to put timelines. Especially that is why it's important to put timelines of the day. Like, today been a really good day, especially in the morning for me, because I put exact things I'm gonna do. And even when I had more time, because I finished something a little bit earlier, I have not filled this time with more work, because I knew I'm moving in the right speed. It's very fast, but I'm moving in the right speed. And I'm okay with giving myself a bit more time, because I can move even faster when I come back from this little break. So that's something I've learned, and that's something I implemented that works really well as well for me. So overall, if you generally like sick of where you are and you don't maybe believe in yourself and you don't think like this is works for you, it's so hard, etc., find someone who's just putting more effort in whatever they put effort in. Whatever they put in effort in, find someone who believes in the goals they want to achieve so much and have such a deep desire and hunger to achieve those goals. If you just get a piece of understanding why they're doing that, how they're doing that, and what exactly drives them, and you apply that for your life, for your own life, for your own desires, for your own goals, that's exactly when things start changing. And that's when you start changing. You get dangerous at this point. You get really fucking dangerous because there's nothing that's able to stop you at this point. You're just moving so fast, there's no one can stop you. And even when everything crushes down, everything's failing, it's all seems like it's fucked up and you have like nothing, funny enough, you feel good because you still keep moving. You just have no time to think about that. You have no time to feel that shit. You don't have time to talk to the people who bring you down, who are actually telling you that, because you're just fast. You run away from them. There's no point. This is time waste. The more things you have to do and you want to do, the more things you realize are time waste in life. Especially when it comes to people, especially when it comes to, I don't know, activities you can do. I'm a little bit harsh on myself, that's probably true. And that's a good period of time to be harsh on yourself, I believe. But that's what I believe in. And if I'd be watching this kind of video a few months ago, I'll get really uncomfortable and trying to close up from hearing whatever I'm saying right now. But that's what I believe in. And I like saying that. This is something really cool. I hope that helps. I hope that's something new for you guys. And yeah, today is Saturday and a bit more, I guess, inspiring content. Hopefully it's inspiring. See you guys in the next one.